Hey everybody, I'm Keith and I'm going to show you how to solve problems using bearings. Bearings are angles used in navigation. They are based on due north and they move in a clockwise direction. Missing information about bearings can be worked out using sine and cosine rules. So our word problem is a ship sails on a bearing of 255 degrees from O to P. If P is 90 nautical miles further west than O, find out how far the ship has sailed and round your answer one decimal place. So first we're going to want to find the point of origin, which is represented by O in this word problem, and we're going to draw a compass around it and label it north, south, east, and west. Then we're going to want to put the bearing on here, and like I was saying, it starts at north and it moves in a clockwise direction, so measure around 255 degrees and draw your line out. P is 90 nautical miles west from the origin, so starting on the x-axis here, going west 90 nautical miles, we can draw the point there, M, and that'll be represented 90 nautical miles. And from there we can complete our right triangle straight down to P, and now we can discover how far the ship has sailed, which would be the hypotenuse of this right triangle, which we'll label X. So first, now that we have everything kind of like loaded on our diagram here, and we have a picture, we can now find the angle of MOP. And the way to do that is you're going to want to take 270 degrees, which is all the way around to here, and minus the bearing from that, which is 255 degrees. And once you subtract that, you're left with 15 degrees. And that's labeled right there, 15 degrees on the inside. Now that we have the inside measurement there, and we have an adjacent from the origin leg, and we have the we have an unknown value for the hypotenuse, we can determine which trigonometric ratio is used to find the length of that hypotenuse. So if you remember your SOHCAHTOA rules, we have an adjacent and an unknown hypotenuse, so we're going to use the cosine ratio to create an equation, and I've done that right here. So our equation for this problem here is going to be the cosine of 15 degrees equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse, which is 90 over x. From there, you're going to want to get x by itself, so you're going to multiply the right side of the equation by x and the left side of the equation by x, and that's going to simplify to x cosine of 15 degrees equals 90. Then you're going to divide both sides by the cosine of 15 degrees, and that's going to simplify into x is 90 over cosine of 15 degrees. And when you type that into your calculator, your scientific calculator or your graphing calculator, and use the one decimal place rounding, you are finding out that the ship is 93.2 nautical miles away from the point of origin. Thank you, everybody.